Hey, treasure hunt fans! Joe Pal Big D back here again with another weekly news announcement. And this one is for January 22nd, 2019, which is tomorrow. And as you like to know, what I do with these videos is not that do I tell you what's coming out tomorrow, let's tell you what's coming out next week to get you guys prepared and anything that was announced over the last week. And at the very end of this video, I do like to kind of show you what I did pick up last week to kind of show you what I'm into and what I'm picking up. So let's get started. So tomorrow is it's an all right release day. There's a couple big things coming out, I guess, for the most part. Nothing major though, other than First Man does come out tomorrow. Ryan Gosling. I'm a big fan of the space program. I've always been fascinated by that whole thing. So I'm looking forward to that. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I am looking forward to that. Also, tomorrow, Arrow Video is releasing their collector's edition of Waterworld, which is pretty awesome. If you wait till the end of this video, I do have a picture of it up there you can take a look at. Scream Factory is releasing 3 titles tomorrow. The first one is 10 to Midnight, along with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is a funny movie. It's been a really long time since I've seen that movie. And Sylvester Stallone in Cobra. That's right, Cobra. Great movie. My wife loves that movie. I'm actually really looking forward to that. The other theatrical title coming out tomorrow that was just in theaters not too long ago is Johnny English Strikes Again. I'm a big fan of Rowan Atkinson, so I'm curious. It didn't last very long. I've seen the other Johnny English movies and I've really enjoyed those, so I will get that one and check that one out. Tomorrow also, MVD is releasing Double Dragon, I want to say early 80s, late 80s, early 90s classic, based upon the video game that was really popular in the 80s. Pretty cheesy movie, but I really enjoyed it. I eventually will be getting that. Also, tomorrow they're releasing How to Train Your Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon 2. Those will both be coming out in 4K tomorrow. And I did see, I'm not sure, I don't think it's tomorrow. I want to say it's a week or two from now, but I did see the specs for 2 steelbooks for a steelbook for each one of those movies, and they look beautiful. If you get a chance, I mean, the first one is like I was really surprised. It's some of the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen for a steelbook, so be on the lookout for that. Also, tomorrow, The Hate You Give comes out. I honestly have no idea what that movie's about. It looks interesting, but I've not seen it, so if you've seen it, please leave me a comment down below. Killjoy Season 4 comes out tomorrow, and that movie that I've been telling you guys about for the last couple weeks comes tomorrow. It's She-Borg. Again, I still have no idea what that movie's about. I'm really curious about it just because of the title. Leave me a comment down below if you've heard about it or if you've seen it. Yeah, and that is it. That is literally it for it's coming up tomorrow. In all honesty, the probably only movies you'll be able to find in like Best Buy, Target, stuff like that tomorrow will be First Man and Johnny English. The rest of them, most likely. Well, no, you'll find How to Train Your Dragons too, for sure. And The Hate You Give, you should be able to find tomorrow. But the rest of them, I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be one of those ones you have to order off the Shout Factory site, order off Amazon, stuff like that for the rest of these titles, because they're just not going to be in stores, unfortunately. So that's it for this week. Now, what's coming out next week? Next week, again, it's a kind of a soft release week. There's a few titles coming out that are, but nothing like major, nothing like a, I don't know, it's something like The Grinch or something like that, or something big like Aquaman. So what does come out next week is the remake of Dario Argento's Suspiria. Comes out next week. I really do want to see that. I hear it's pretty different than the original. There's some similarities, but there's a lot of differences as well. Disney will be releasing, since they now own the Fox catalog, they'll be releasing Willow tomorrow, next week on Blu-ray. If you haven't already gotten the first version of it, which I do have, fortunately going to be releasing it. Scream Factory will be releasing the movie Screamers next week, and that's a great Peter Weller movie. If you've never seen it, it's really good. I'm actually looking quite forward to that. Also next week, Reign of the Superman, which is the sequel to the other Superman movie that just came out, I want to say, like a month or two ago. And Target will be having a Best Buy exclusive steelbook on that one. So if you're a steelbook fan like I am, you probably want to pick that one up. Also, next week, Hunter Killer with Gerard Butler comes out, and that will have a Best Buy steelbook as well, along with a 4K release and a Blu-ray release. Disney will also be releasing next week Nutcracker and the Four Realms, and that does have a steelbook release also. Both Hunter Killer and Nutcracker both will be a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. That one looks beautiful. I mean, Disney really went all out on this one. The steelbook looks incredible. Target will have a digibook, but again, I'm not really sure if it's going to be the cool digibook that's actually a book, or the one they've been doing, which is just the movie and they slap together a small little book at the end where it's a movie and a book separately, unlike the really cool digibooks that are the book and the movie are all integrated into one big book. So I'm not really sure how that's going to look. Disney's been kind of, I don't know, I want to say kind of letting things slip a little bit when it comes to that stuff. So hopefully it's back to the original digibooks again on that one. Let's see here. Ballers Season 4 comes out next week, along with Doctor Who, the 11th series comes out next week. And a couple of horror movies. One's called The Invited, another one's called The Splatter University, and another one's called There's Nothing Out There. So that is it. Again, you can kind of tell there's only a couple titles that are coming out next week. Most likely, again, like I said earlier, what we actually probably see in stores is I'm sure Suspiria will be out. I'm sure Willow you'll be able to find. Reign of the Superman you definitely will. Hunter Killer and Nutcracker and probably Baller. So the good majority of these things you should be able to find in stores next week. Those horror titles I listed at the end, those are probably going to be ones you're going to have to order off of Amazon. And Screamers for sure. You got to have off of Amazon or Shout Factory because that won't be in theaters. Now, that's not to say that every once in a while, Best Buy will get a random Shout Factory title in or something like that randomly, but I don't think it's going to be that something. It's going to be something a little more mainstream that will be, that they redid. Like Cobra could be a possibility, but Screamers I'm pretty sure won't be. So that's it for next week. Now let's talk about what was announced. And there was quite a bit announced last week. I was quite surprised. Very surprised. So let's get started here. Let's see here. Next, they did announce Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. That will be out on March 12th. Also, the Frontrunner movie with Hugh Jackman, which I didn't hear about but looks interesting, will be on the 12th of February. Instant Family, the Mark Wahlberg movie, will be out on the 5th of March. Shout Factory is releasing Willard and Man's Best Friend. Man's Best Friend, it's kind of a creepy movie. Man's Best Friend was pretty awesome. It's got Lance Henriksen in it. It's a pretty awesome movie. I've seen it. I remember seeing it back in the days when it came out. I actually would like to pick this up. And let's see here. Willard comes out on the 26th of February, and Man's Best Friend comes out on the 12th of March. We also have Creed 2, which I'm not sure. I may have mentioned this week, but Creed 2 is officially announced, and that will be out on the 5th of March. Wow, the 5th of March is stacking up already, isn't it? Mortal Engines is coming out, and they've officially announced that for the 12th of March. Let's see here. Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is the sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, will be on the 26th. I do know that one will have a steelbook for sure. I believe Creed 2 will have a steelbook as well. And Fantastic Beasts, I'm pretty sure we'll have as well, since they just put that beautiful steelbook box out of all the Harry Potter movies. And then the last movie that they announced last week, the least I could get information on, was Mary, Queen of Scots. And that one, along with Ralph Breaks the Internet, will both be out on the 26th of February, which is only literally a month away, so it's not too bad. So that is it. That's what's coming out next week, this week, and what was announced. At this time, I want to show you guys what I did pick up last week. So I did pick up some movies last week. As you remember from my last video, was it Mill Creek was putting out those VHS retro cases. Once Upon a Deadpool, Halloween, stuff like that was coming out. So this is what I did pick up. I did pick up Once Upon a Deadpool. Got it for a pretty good price. I'm curious. I know it's going to be dumbed down, and I've heard a lot of people complain about it because it's kind of takes away a lot from it, but I'm really curious. I really want to see the stuff with Fred Savage in the beginning, so I did pick that up. Also, of course I got this, and of course I got the steelbook. I did get Halloween, got that, and of course the steelbook there because it's awesome. Just look at that, Michael Myers on front, and the back just a hardcore little pumpkin just sitting there. It's beautiful. We watched this movie last night. The transfer looks incredible. It looked beautiful. It was really cool to see. Fun to watch again. I really enjoyed it. Be a look at my review. I will do a review on it here pretty quick. So I did pick up Halloween, and then the rest of the movies I did pick up a lot of those Mill Creek. So I picked up first off was Happy Birthday to Me. I own this movie on VHS, but the VHS is not that great of quality, so I'm really excited about this. But I should probably check this out today. I also picked up, I've never seen this movie before, but I've heard about it. I heard some people saying it's pretty good, some people say it's all right, but I'm a Chuck Norris fan, so why not? I picked up Silent Rage. Just look at that VHS cover, man. It's awesome. All right, and next I picked up Hard Bodies. I've never seen this movie. I take that back. I have seen this movie before. I don't know why I just said that, but I have seen this movie before. It's been a really long time, but I picked up Hard Bodies. I love the way they do this because it just looks like a VHS tape. Next, I picked up, and I had to pick this one because you guys know I'm a huge Schwarzenegger fan, so I had to pick this up, and I picked up Last Action Hero. I mean, look, it got the VHS, the box art, you flip it over, they do it like the original way they used to do that stuff. It's just awesome. Even the spine, look at the spine. I mean, it's just all it looks just like a VHS tape. I love these things. These are really, really cool. This really brings me back to a time I never really discussed on the channel before, but I guess I used to work at Suncoast. I used to manage the Suncoast, the movie store, and the mall, stuff like that. But before that, when I was in college, I did work for a mom and pop video store for like, I think it was like 2 or 3 years. I worked for a mom and pop video store. And this is when VHS was still the big thing before DVD came out. Now, towards the end of my tenure at the mom and pop video store, DVD started coming out. Before then, it was mostly VHS, and I remember them coming in like this with the case. In the movie, it's just something about it. It's very nostalgic to me. I really, really enjoy it. I think it's really, really cool. So I got this, and then the last movie I did pick up was this movie was just awesome. Ever since I was a little kid, I really loved this movie, and that's Kroll. I mean, just look at this case. I love this sticker down here. It's all "Will melt if leaving sun," and that is the God honest truth. Let me tell you, I can't tell how many times when I did work for a video store, sometimes people bring back in their movies, and the movies would just be completely mangled because they left it in their car between the heat and the sun baking down on it, would just mangle it, and just the plastic would melt and warp and stuff like that. It was gnarly. We used to actually keep somebody who had ruined a movie like that. We used to keep it on top of the counter so people could see what the sun actually did and the heat actually did to the videos. It was pretty intense. And let me tell you, it happened quite often, especially during the summer. People would just throw the movie in the car, not think twice about it, and they'd go into a store and come back out, the thing would just be roached. So it was pretty intense, but just great memories. So that's the front, and then here's the back of it too. It looks just like the original, because I used to have this VHS tape way back in the day, exactly how this looked at. So it's pretty cool. So I think that's really cool if they're doing stuff like that. It's especially for us kids that grew up in the 80s, man. This is just nostalgia times 10. So it's really awesome. I love it. So that is it. That's it for the weekly news announcements for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you picked up any of these movies that came out last week, or you're going to pick any of them coming out this week. Also, leave me some, please click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos by me. Click the little bell if you want to get more updates when I do post my videos. Share this video out there. Get this video out there with people. I did get a couple of new subscribers this week. Thank you guys. Welcome aboard. You guys all rock. Thanks all for watching this video. Everybody take care. Always remember to keep hunting, because you never know what you're going to find. You don't. That's the truth. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.